Okay, in this video we're looking at subtracting decimals, and let's get into it. So we'll go through a couple of my turn, your turns, and then you can try some examples at the end yourself. So similarly with addition, when you do this, it's really important that when you subtract your decimals, in this case, that your decimal points, they line up. So I've got 8.6, I'm taking away 1.4, but really important, okay, you can see my points, they line up. Okay, that's really important. And we are taking away this time. So as you do this, you begin with your column to the right. So in this case, the 10th column, you're doing 6, take away 4, which is 2. So you've got a 2 down there. And then you bring down your points. There we go. You then got 8, take away 1, which gives you a 7. So 7.2 is your answer. And like with anything that we do in maths, doing a sanity check is really important. So that just means, does it seem reasonable? Or 8.6 take away 1.4, it's going to be roughly about 7. So looks pretty good to me. Okay, next question. We've got 2.14 take away 1.7. Again, as you do this, make sure that you've got your points lined up. So 2.14, and we're taking away 1.7, and you're going to go and put in a, well, because you've got a gap here, you can fill it in with a 0, because 1.7 is the same thing as 1.70. Okay, and it just makes things a little bit more clear when we go through this. So 4 take away 0 gives you 4. Now, 1 take away 7 would give you -6. I mean, you can't have negatives when you do this, so you've got to go and borrow from your next column. So we're going to go borrow from this 2. If you borrow from it, it goes down by 1, so down to 1, and you've borrowed a 1. So 11 take away 7 is going to give you a 4. You then bring down your points, there we go, and you've got 1 take away 1, which gives you 0. So 0.44, that is your answer for this one here. Good. You can now try the two your turns up there, and let's give these a look. So you can pause the video and you can fast forward to see your answers. But the first one, we've got 0.9, and we're taking away 0.5. We're taking away 9 take away 5 gives you 4. You've then got your points to bring down. 0 take away 0 is just going to give you 0. So 0.4 is simply your answer. Good. We've then got 3.82, so 3.82. We're taking away 1.9, so 1, you've got to make sure the points line up, 1.9, and again, 1.9 is the same thing as 1.90. Just makes things a little bit more clear as we go through this. 2 take 0 gives you 2. 8 take away 9 will give you a negative answer, so you've got to go and borrow from the next number, which is a 3. It goes down by 1, so it goes down by a 2, and you've borrowed a 1, so you've got now 18. So 18 take away 9 is going to give you a 9. You bring down your points, there we go, and we've got 2 take away 1, which is going to give you a 2. Good, and that is your answer for this one. Excellent. Let's highlight it. There we go, 2.92. Okay, you've now got 4 questions there that you can try yourself, and you can pause the video and fast forward to the end to check your answers. But the first one, we've got 14.3, and we're taking away 7. Now 7 is the same thing as 7.0 or 7.00, 7.000, so on and so forth. But in this case, it's going to be useful to write this as 7.0, because then your points here, they will line up. If you wanted to, you could write a 0 here as well, but you don't really need to, okay? But the points here, they've got to line up. That's crucial, and we're taking away. 3 take 0 is going to give you 3. You bring down your points. There we go. You've got 4 take away 7 will give you a negative answer, so you're going to go to this number. You're going to borrow 1. It goes down by 1, so it goes down to a 0. You borrow 1 to get 14. So 14 take away 7 is going to give you a 7. And you've got 0 take away nothing, which is just going to be 0. But you don't need to write that there. Okay, so you get 7.3 as your answer. There we go. Next one, we've got 7.3, and we're taking away 3.9, and we are taking away, so the first one, 3 take away 9, again we give you a negative answer, so you're going to go and borrow 1 from that 7, goes down by 1 to a 6, and you borrow 1. So 13 take away 9 is going to give you a 4, you bring down your point, 6 take away 3 gives you 3, so 3.4, that is simply your answer. Okay, you then got 7.2, 7.2 take away 0.8 and then 9, there we go. And because there's nothing in here, I'm going to put in a 0 here because that means the same thing as 7.2. And we are taking away. 0 take away 9 would give you a negative answer, so you've got to go and borrow 1 from that 2. Goes down by 1 to give you 1. Borrow 1. 10 take away 9 is 1. 1 take away 8 would give you a negative answer, so you've got to go and borrow 1 from that 7. Goes down by 1 to a 6. You borrow 1. 11 take away 8 gives you a 3. You put your points here. 6 take away 0 is going to give you 6. So 6.31 is your answer for this one. Okay, last but not least, we've got 54.72, and we're taking away 9.72. 99. Again, making sure that your points, they line up. That's very important. And we are taking away. 2 take away 9 is going to give you a negative answer. You've got to go and borrow 1 from that 7. Becomes a 6. And you borrow a 1. 12 take away 9 gives you a 3. 6 take away 9, again negative, so you've got to go and borrow 1. Becomes a 3. Borrow 1. 16 take away 9 gives you a 7. So that goes here. You bring down your points. There we go. 3 take away 9, negative, so you've got to go and borrow 1 again from the 5. Becomes a 4. Borrow 1. 13 take away 9 gives you 4. 4 take away nothing. Okay, it's just going to be 4. So there we go. 44.73 is your answer for this one down here. And just check it makes sense. Well, if this number here was a 10, 54.72 take away 10 would be 44.72. So yeah, this looks pretty reasonable to me. Okay, there are your answers. Hopefully you've gone to the end and checked your answers. If anything is wrong, you can rewind to see where you've gone wrong. Okay, thank you.